Welcome to Better with Art. I'm Melinda, and I'm here to encourage you to reclaim your creativity and practice creative self-care with weekly small art prompts that can be done in an art journal or on paper if you don't have one. This week we are talking about something so simple yet beneficial: doodling. Now, I know you might be thinking, doodling, isn't that just something you do when you're bored? But what if I told you that doodling is more than just idle scribbling? Those little marks help you do more than just pass time. They help your brain relax and refocus. Doodling is a surprisingly powerful tool. You might not realize it, but when you absent-mindedly draw those loops, squiggles, shapes, you engage your brain in some amazing ways. Far from merely idle or frivolous, doodling is a scientifically backed way to reduce stress, improve focus and memory, and spark creativity. So grab a pen and your art journal or piece of paper, and let's explore what doodling has to offer. I started this week's doodling session with my typical eye, but it did not look right at all. I thought about just starting a different page. I'm speeding things up so you don't have to watch me dithering in regular time. And that not eye does look like a rather awesome flower petal. I didn't realize how much my hand covered the center of my flower as I was drawing. I'm looking really tight here. I was not yet relaxing into the process, and my flower petals suffered for it. I'd intended to bring in some of the botanical shapes from the recent nature sketching video linked in the description, but I never did get to that. My brain went a different direction, and that's okay. My doodling session did its job. Let's talk about what doodling does. These little shapes and patterns we draw actually help our brain. They can help us relax when we are stressed. The repetitive motion of drawing loops, lines, or shapes is calming. It can help us find that state of flow I often mention, where all the noise in us and around us quiets. Like knitting or rocking in a rocking chair, it can slow your heart rate to promote a sense of calm. Studies also show creative activities like doodling can lower the stress hormone cortisol. Doodling is a small act of creativity that helps ground you, reducing feelings of overwhelm or anxiety. And research has shown that doodling can not only reduce stress, but also boost focus and improve memory. Whether you are someone who tends to doodle in meetings as I do, or you are someone who's annoyed by those of us who do that, science is proving what I've experienced, but didn't think too much about until I realized it wasn't true for everyone. Here's the thing. If you want me to sit and listen to something for an extended period of time, my mind will wander. I won't hear as much of what you want me to hear as you'd want me to retain. And that's not uncommon. I'm far from the only one who can pay attention better when doodling. In a 2009 study conducted at the University of Plymouth in southern England by Jackie Andrade, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and published in the journal Applied Cognitive Psychology, the 20 participants who doodled while listening to a boring recording had an average 29% better recall of the information they were supposed to remember than the 20 non-doodlers. Doodling engages the brain just enough to keep it from wandering while still allowing it to focus on what it's supposed to focus on. Whether you are required to ingest and retain information or seeking release from the day's stress, doodling is like a pressure valve. Even when it comes to creativity, sometimes the best ideas come when you're not trying so hard. Doodling can help you think outside the box by letting your mind wander and explore new ideas. Stepping out of typical thought patterns can also help you process experiences and emotions. The repetitive motion of drawing simple shapes like spirals, loops, zigzags has a calming effect. It's a no-pressure way to painlessly carve out a spot of peace in your day and perhaps achieve a new perspective. The best part of choosing to use doodling as a way to reclaim your creativity or as part of your creative self-care routine is that you don't need a lot of time or any fancy supplies. If you've been around my art prompts for a while, you know that they're built around simple, low-pressure projects that can be done in as little or as much time as you have and require only easily accessible supplies that don't cost a lot of money. Doodling is about as accessible as you can get. The other important aspect of my Better with Art is letting go of perfection. And doodling is perfect for that too. Even if I wasn't satisfied with my first eye that became a petal. If you'd like somewhere to start, here's a fun exercise to inspire you. Draw a bunch of overlapping circles. If they're wonky, all the better. If you hang around my channel much, you'll know I love me some wonky circles. Fill in each circle with a different pattern. Lines, dots, spirals, zigzags, geometric or organic shapes, stars, flowers. I got into asemic writing a bit for this week's doodling. I love asemic writing, and I will revisit that in upcoming videos. Doodle anything you'd like. This kind of structured doodling is a great way to get into the flow. It gives you just enough guidance to get started, but leaves it open for your creativity. Don't put too much thought into it. Doodling, as all Better with Art I share, is about the process, not the product. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece to have value. It doesn't have to follow any rules to be worthwhile. It doesn't have to meet anyone's standards to be meaningful. If you'd like to share your doodles and be encouraged on your creative self-care journey in a small, slowly growing Better with Art online community private Facebook group, you will find a link in the description. Also in the description are links to the art journal I recommend for my simple form of art journaling and its varied use of materials, as well as a link to sign up to be notified of upcoming online and in-person workshops and opportunities to make art with me. Whether you're a seasoned artist or someone who hasn't picked up an art supply in years, give doodling a try. It's a small thing that could have a big impact on your day. The next time you feel overwhelmed or restless, pick up a pen and let your mind wander across the page. It might just be the therapy you didn't know you needed. Make art, no matter how simple it seems, because we are better with art.